$2 million vanished, and nobody noticed a thing. Everyone trusted him. Everyone thought he was just another ordinary man. He didn't break in. He didn't threaten anyone. In fact, the more ordinary he seemed, the easier it became. People followed their routines, thinking everything was normal, while he carefully pulled strings behind the scenes. Every handshake, every glance, every decision, he used them all to his advantage. By the time anyone realized something was wrong, it was already too late. How did he do it? What was the trick that fooled everyone, and could it happen to you? Stay with me, because in the next minutes, I'll show you exactly how it happened and what you can learn to protect yourself. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the full reveal. He wasn't a masked criminal, he wasn't a hacker, and he didn't break the law in a flashy, dramatic way. He was calm, polite, ordinary, almost forgettable. And that's exactly what made him dangerous. People assumed he was trustworthy because he acted exactly like someone they expected to trust. Smiles, polite conversation, confident posture, small cues that disarmed suspicion. He didn't need force, he didn't need threats. Every interaction was subtle, almost invisible. What he did instead was far more powerful. He understood human behavior better than anyone else in the room. Patterns, routines, habits, and assumptions. He studied them, mapped them, and used them to his advantage. Over days, then weeks, he set in motion a chain of events so invisible, so carefully orchestrated that no one noticed anything was wrong until it was too late. And here's the twist. One small, almost meaningless mistake almost exposed him, but no one noticed it. Can you spot what it was? Think about it, something so tiny, so subtle, yet it could have unraveled everything. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly what it was and how even the smallest cues can hide enormous deception. Breakdown of tricks. Trick 1. Authority and credibility. The first trick was authority. Humans are wired to trust those who appear credible, even when there is no proof, and he knew it. Posture, dress, confident speech, calm demeanor, every detail signaled trustworthiness. Each interaction reinforced the illusion. Everyone assumed he knew exactly what he was doing. In one meeting, a colleague noticed a discrepancy. A number didn't add up. But instead of questioning him, they dismissed it. Why? Because his calm confidence made people doubt their own judgment. That's the power of authority. It doesn't just earn trust, it silences suspicion. And here's the kicker. There was one person who almost blew the whole plan, but they didn't. Can you guess why? Trick 2. Exploiting routines and assumptions. Next, he exploited routines. People follow the same processes day after day. Approvals, checks, schedules. They assume the routine itself is safe, which creates blind spots. He blended in perfectly. Every check became irrelevant. He added one tiny step, almost invisible, to the daily process. No one noticed, not the managers, not the auditors. And yet that tiny step was crucial. It allowed him to manipulate outcomes without raising suspicion. Think about it. How many times do you follow routine blindly? And could a small, unnoticed detail in your life be just as powerful? Trick 3. Psychological manipulation. Then came psychological manipulation. Humans make split-second judgments without realizing it. He exploited every one of them. Subtle gestures, carefully timed phrasing, and controlled interactions made people act exactly how he wanted, without realizing it. He once asked for a minor approval in passing, phrased in a way that seemed harmless. Everyone complied. No questions asked. By the time suspicion arose, their own minds had already tricked them into helping him. Notice the pattern. What seems harmless can be part of a much bigger plan. Could this be happening around you right now? Watch closely. The signs are subtle. Trick 4. Timing and patience. Finally, timing. Patience was everything. Every action delayed, every reveal subtle. Moving slowly kept suspicion away. One ordinary man, one invisible chain of events, and $2 million gone. Had he rushed even once, someone would have noticed. But each step was perfectly timed, like a chess master setting up the final move. And here's the twist. One small misstep almost exposed him, yet it went unnoticed. Timing wasn't just part of the plan, it was the plan itself. Can you see how patience became a weapon? So, what can we learn from this $2 million deception? First, trust cautiously. Just because someone appears trustworthy doesn't mean they are. Always verify. Ask questions, check details. Small signs often reveal bigger truths. Imagine someone walking into your workplace or your life, acting perfectly normal, while slowly manipulating events around you. That's exactly what happened here. In one instance, a routine email was ignored, just one line in a long chain, but it was enough to advance the plan unnoticed. Could that happen in your business or personal life? Second, watch for anomalies. Small deviations from routine are red flags. Even minor inconsistencies can indicate manipulation. It might be a changed behavior, a suspicious email, or an unusual request. Most people dismiss them as harmless, but the trick is in the details. And here's the part most people miss. The smallest things, the tiniest steps, are often the most important. Did you notice it in this story? Third, observe behavior patterns. Timing, gestures, micro-expressions, and subtle cues matter. He leveraged human nature, our assumptions, routines, and unconscious compliance to orchestrate an invisible chain of events. If you learn to spot these patterns early, you can prevent small manipulations from turning into massive losses. Fourth, question the ordinary. Even familiar routines can hide extraordinary deception. The ordinary can be the camouflage for the extraordinary. That $2 million vanished because people didn't question what seemed normal, what they assumed was safe. And here's one last trick he used that nobody talks about. One tiny detail that tipped the scales. Most people completely miss it until it's too late. Can you see it? Stay alert. Even in everyday life, the same principles are at play. In business deals, relationships, or public spaces. He fooled everyone, but now you know the tricks. And if a $2 million scam can go unnoticed, imagine the smaller manipulations we all face every day. If you found this breakdown insightful, don't just watch. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss our next deep dive into hidden psychology, situational awareness, and the subtle ways people influence your decisions. Stay vigilant, stay aware, and remember, the ordinary is never as harmless as it seems.